Okay. So, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Chintana-EEE-Newsletter, the alumni podcast, where we bring inspiring stories from our department alumni. Today we have with us Khusbhoo Agarwal, a talented professional who has worked with global giants like Uber, TikTok, and now with X. We welcome you, Khusbhoo, on our YouTube channel, our department's YouTube channel. I am Akshaya, and this is my co-host Shantika. We'll be, uh, you know, uh, taking you along this podcast experience, right? So before we could move on to the actual podcast session, how's life lately? How you doing?
Thanks, Akshaya, and thanks, Shantika, for having me here. It's great meeting both of you. Before I start, the work that you're doing is really amazing. Like having an extracurricular work outside of your uh, studies, it's something, it's a great additional, just not to your resume, but also in your career. About my life, it's been good lately, thankfully. And I don't want to say much to jinx it, but it's been good. Yeah.
Right. So how's Singapore? You just mentioned that you shifted to Singapore.
Yes.
How's it there?
Yes. Singapore is nice. It's often rainy, but not too surprised because Bangalore is the same. So I moved Singapore just 2.5 years back to pursue my career forward, and it's been great. It has diverse cultures, and there's pretty much tech giants here. So there are pretty much good opportunities here to explore. Yeah.
All right. All right. So Shantika, you there?
Yeah. Just network problem, I think. Yeah, like Khushbu, how Singapore is different from India in all aspects, you think?
How Singapore is different than India? Okay, that's a very tough question. Apart from geographically, I think Singapore, for the field that I am working with, it has got good opportunities. So it depends on which field you want to pursue. Let's say if you want to move forward with engineering, then it's just not India, but you also have, if you plan to move outside of India, you always have Australia. Engineering is in demand, like they have less skill, they have less labor shortage. So you can always move forward with Australia. You have different countries. So for my field, I work in the legal compliance, and I think all the tech giants, they have their base, the Asia Pacific base, based in Singapore. That's how, like, there's more opportunities in Singapore. That's how I landed up here. And also, not to mention, it's closer to India.
Yeah,
So if I ever miss home, I can just like fly like 3 or 4 hours and just come back. So that's like an advantage.
right,
Yes.
very good.
That's nice. So, you just told us that you work as a legal associate with the companies, right? Legal advisor,
Mm-hmm.
right? What is it actually? Like, we know not much about it. Like, what is your course
I
of
know.
work or?
Yeah, sorry. I understand your question is like, okay, Khushbu, how come you started in Triple E department and now you're like working as a legal associate? Okay, so legal advisor and legal associate are two different job roles. So I'm a legal associate. And how did I land up here? It's a very good question. I myself sometimes I'm in surprise, and it takes me good amount of time to explain it to everyone. So I did my after my engineering, I actually moved to Australia to do my post graduation in HR, which had industrial law. My first job, for the most, was at Uber as a law enforcement response specialist. I was not very 100% sure as to will I be able to land to this role, because there was a lot of requirements, like you have to be a lawyer, you need to have certain amount of skills which I didn't have. But I think all I had is I knew I can communicate well. I know that maybe I am promising enough to ensure that I would be able to meet their targets, whatever they want me to achieve. And if being a lawyer is not a mandatory thing in their job role, then they could consider me for the opening. And that is what happened. So they did hire me, and I think that gave me a boost. That was like my foundation to my career, because I technically did not have any work experience post my DSI engineering, and I straight away landed up doing my post graduation in MBA. So my first job was really very important to me, because that acts as your foundation. And the second thing, which is the most important one, is, do you really like your job? So, because now I've done my HR, I've done management, but now I'm working in legal. So, do I like my job? So, to answer that would be yes, because the purpose, like what I was doing eventually, it was very satisfying. And I just started getting more interested, and I just went on with the flow. And that's how I like finished my Uber, after which I got an opportunity to explore TikTok for handling the South Asian market completely in Singapore, knowing that Singapore is closer to India, because it's just not money, or it's just not the company name that matters. There's like holistically a big picture that comes into place. Like, do you like the people you work with? Do you like the company culture? Do you like the salary that they're paying you? So everything together. So for me, this was basically geographical location, that I can just travel back home, yet like maintain my work life balance basically. So that's how I landed up here in TikTok. And of course, after that, I was headhunted for X, formerly known as Twitter. And it's been 8 months into the role. And it's been pretty exciting to learn like the complex challenges that the India market is facing. Yeah, that's been my journey so far. And that's how I landed into the legal role.
Okay, Khushbu. All right. Thanks for the information. And now it's my time for one little game. It's like a complete the sentence. I'm going to start a sentence and you have to finish it. I have prepared some sentence for you. The first
How
one,
much time can I take? Just a quick question. How much time can I take to complete that sentence?
like instantaneous.
Instantaneous. Okay.
Okay, my first question is, uh, if my laptop could talk, it would say,
Switch off.
okay. My go-to stress buster is,
Basketball and traveling.
oh, good. And one career advice I ever received is,
Do not stop looking for opportunities, even if you are perfectly well settled in your job. There could be something much better lying which you are not aware of.
the most challenging part of my job is.
Handling stakeholders, because I work in legal. So even if there's like one miss or one here and there, the entire thing could blow out of proportion. It's just like an electric circuit. If you just fix here and there, it could just blow off. So it's just like, yeah.
Next question, the weirdest excuse I gave for being late to class was.
My friends were late.
Oh, friends were late. The most creative way I copied assignment was.
Okay, I did not. But I think just there is this paraphrasing tool. I would not be able to complete this sentence rather than just explain. There's this paraphrasing tool known as Spinbot. It would be it. This was discovered before ChatGPT. ChatGPT and Meta AI was not in picture. It was Spinbot. So anything you type in Spinbot, it would just paraphrase, and you can copy paste and still get your passing grades.
Okay. If I weren't in tech, I would be probably be.
I would love to explore consulting or maybe psychology. Yeah.
That's interesting. One skill I think everyone should learn is.
Networking, communication.
Good. Yeah. The last question is the proudest moment in my career so far has been.
Um, Landing into my first job.
Oh, that's great having the time like playing this game with you, like you're like not filter.
Oh, I was nervous.
Oh, great.
But great questions, great effort, great questions.
All right. So that was fun, guys. And so we'll move more deeper into the podcast. So my question to you would be, now since you work for big giants, so what do you think is that one misconception that people often have about big tech giants like X or TikTok or
Mm, I think the misconception when they hear about tech giants, and I would specifically mention like X and even Google for that fact, is that they have a lot of perks and the work life is very fun. But the reality is that the bigger the company is, the work is more intense. The stakes are pretty high, and it's a fast paced company. So you always have to be on your toes, working every inch to ensure everything is completed smoothly. So it is fun, but at the same time, you have to ensure that your deadlines on your work are met because stakes are very high.
So, like how
right?
your internships and volunteers helps to land in like a big company.
I think with your internships and volunteer experiences, right, it would teach you a lot of soft skills like learning your end-to-end work, knowing what to do, how to do, and if you're stuck, if you don't know what to do, then maybe having explore that problem-solving skills to be precise. These are pretty much the aspects of volunteering because once you land into a professional role and if you're given a task, you would just not simply do your task, you would keep on reaching your highest limit, aim for the highest. That would need a lot of problem solving skills and also the soft skills which is needed for your work. Yeah.
Like what?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can take it.
yeah. What should the current students focus? Should be focused to get recruited by the top companies. What do you think the most required skill now?
Mm, I think apart from the books, apart from the knowledge that you gain at your university, you should also be well aware of the market trends that's going on. Let's say AI. AI is pretty much right now not it's a top notch thing. So it's just not AI, but you should also focus on building your networks. With networks, it's just not like via LinkedIn or anything. Your own batchmates, let's say it's Akshay and Shantika for each other, your professors, because these are the people who would be your alumni. These are alumni, and everything could help build up your future. Just a quick example from my own personal life would be how I landed up this job at TikTok was. And my ex colleague, my colleague from Uber, who was actually a cross functional team member, he was based in Japan and he was the one to refer me to TikTok because even he switched his role. So if I never knew him, if I never would have interacted with him, I would never be able to land up this job. Yeah.
Right. So like you were just talking about AI and the skills that students have to be
Mm-hmm.
well aware of in today's world. So, how do you think development in AI and technology in today's world has impacted your career or your current job role? Do you think there's any um, effect on it?
Okay, if I say how AI is hampering my work, not personally my work up to that level, uh, pretty much the legal cases that comes in could be impacted by AI. A simple example would be morphed images. A criminal example, to be precise, would be morphed images in social media platforms, which is done with the use of AI. But so far, I am not too sure if it can hamper legal roles because it needs human interference. But let's say if it comes to moderation as in filtering it out what's needed, what's not needed in the social media platform, if something that needs to be surfaced or something that doesn't need to be surfaced. Earlier there were humans hired from different parts of the country who would see and judge, okay, this needs to be here or no, yes or no, and they would just swap it away right away. But with AI, it's automated, so these people have actually lost their jobs. So this is particularly in the legal field. Having said that, software developer, AI can do that as well. So it is hampering a lot of jobs, but at the same time, there is far more thing to learn that we might not be aware of. We might just know like how to use ChatGPT or Meta AI for having our quick tips, or maybe how to talk to someone or how to do this. But it's far more, and we can have more business opportunities. We can grow quite a lot if we know these tools, and we can get a lot of money. Yes.
Right. So, like a follow-up to this question, so how would you stay updated with the latest tools which are like trending?
Okay. I would go into trainings. If I don't know that, let's say I had no clue because AI just came very recently, and it was not when I did my education. So I actually asked ChatGPT, "Hey, could you please assign me a preliminary course of AI so that I learn what it is all about?" That's how I started. That was my step one. I would assign each and every hour per day, if not 1 hour, at least half an hour per day to get updated with these skills. If I don't know something, I would go deep down. Even if it is like slow, it would be at least a steady progress, and you would see at least after a month or 6 months you would know something which is benefit to you, and you would know that not everyone would have done the same thing, so you are already plus one in your career growth than the rest of the folks.
Like how
So
Right.
don't stop learning.
like how important it is to be updated now, because like yeah, you said ChatGPT, you had asked ChatGPT for like really the courses, like how
Yeah.
important it is for you like to update it for this all AI things.
um, I would say in terms of importance, I don't want to miss out what's happening around me in the market. A, even if I'm studying at your stage right now, I don't want to miss out what's happening around me. And just staying focused at one thing would not really solve my problem in future. Rather, having diverse options, having diverse opinions. I started with engineering and now I'm working with legal. It's completely diverse because I was open to options. Similarly, if you are not sure of what's happening in the future, but you are aware that, AI is taking over, maybe get updated with that, learn a bit. I think it's very easy to just like spend half an hour or 1 hour in learning. But these things has to be consistent even after you have passed your degree and you're working in your 9 to 5 life. Even after that, learning is very important. So to explore those opportunities, I would say AI is important. Just not AI, but anything which is trending in the market. I think before AI, there was Python. Python was on trend that, oh, you should learn Python because people are hiring based on whether you know or not. But apparently, AI took over Python as well. So, yeah, this is why even if you're not sure, you should keep learning. Never a miss.
Right. That was about AI. So, looking at the companies, what kind of advice would you give students who want to work in a product-based company versus a service-based company? Like, what's your take on it?
Okay. I think my personal advice would be product based company, you are very close to decision making, like influencing about a product or something. You're very close to decision making, but that's not very much in a service based company. So I would say my advice would be to maybe have your own research, because it's about what you like personally. Like, would you want to work in a product based, or would you want to work in a service base? For me, even if I'm working in a tech company, but I'm working in a non tech role. So it's about what you like, because eventually your job satisfaction would matter to you the most. Like, are you happy in your job? Are you liking what you're doing? Are you finding that purpose why you started your journey? This would be very important.
Like, have you faced the moment like a self doubt in your career? Like, how did you overcome it if it is so?
Yes. So I think on a personal note, when I was in Australia and Uber, it was going pretty fine. But the challenge was that Australia had shut down its borders basically due to COVID. So no one can enter Australia, no matter you are a citizen or you are a temporary resident, you cannot enter Australia. You can leave, but you can't enter. So to that brings you to a situation whether you want to be stuck up to that country, or do you really want to go around. So I think that was pretty much challenging, and I wanted to leave my job just because of that one particular reason. Although the company is great, and it was a tough decision, because I was like, what would I do? I have spent so much of time staying abroad, studying. How easy is it to cope up with this? But eventually I landed up my job, which is because of networking. And yeah, so I think just for some time, but yeah, I think once you are done with your engineering, you'll have a lot of opportunities to go through self doubts. So be prepared.
Yeah, right.
Right. So, like, since you were talking about you landed up in your job at Singapore through your networking, right? So, how
Mhm.
could students actually work on this skill called networking?
Okay, so networking takes time. It's not you met someone somewhere and you would call that person that, okay, this is a part of my network. That person might be a part of your social media network, but not actual network. So it's a relationship, it's a professional relationship that you need to build over time. You need to nurture it. So I would say platforms such as LinkedIn, it's great, even if it's like minor thing like congratulating someone or maybe wishing a birthday message. It would mean that you are like just flowering, you're just adding water to that relationship, which is great. uh, and it would take time, but yeah, networking would be my answer.
Right. So, what is one best career advice that you have ever received?
Mm, um, yeah, I think I've answered that before. I'm not too sure, but never stop looking for opportunities. Even if you think that you're well settled, keep learning, keep looking for opportunities to grow. The growth mindset should always be your top priority.
Right.
Yeah, which book or a podcast or a movie has inspired you the most recently?
So recently, I've not yet completed, but I'm reading this book, Win All Your Battles. It's by Vishwas Patil. So he talks about the challenges that he faces and how he overcomes them, like maybe mob lynching or any sort of criminal activities. And even he comes from a very small background, and how did he achieve so much being an IPS. So yeah, I follow his story. Right now it's that ongoing, but maybe after some months could be something else. But I would recommend everyone to read that book.
Right. So, like one last question in this round. what keeps you motivated and inspired in your work?
Okay. Okay. For me, it's people around me whom I work with. How are they to me? It's also just not that, it's also the nature of my work. Uh, am I liking it or am I not? In professional term, it would be termed as job satisfaction. And of course, money. We cannot deny everyone works for money. So that is also important. So, yeah, holistically, everything is important.
Right. That was like really
Yeah.
nice knowing that. So we'll move on to the rapid fire now.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So they're like pretty simple questions, so it's okay.
Sure.
Um, are you a morning person or a night owl?
Night owl.
Okay. Coffee or tea?
Coffee?
Okay, one app you can't live without.
Chat GPT?
That's great. Dream travel destination.
Sorry, dream?
Travel destination.
It's always India.
Okay. It's like home destination.
It's my home destination. That's like a break away from my stress.
Right. So one word your friends would use to describe you.
Fun to work with because, as
The
Sir mentioned, she's always without filters. So yeah, I would just say anything that comes up, and they find it funny. So yeah, unfiltered.
of course, like I mean, talking to you for a while, we would just get that fun vibe from you.
Thank you.
Right. And oh, your favorite productivity hack.
Productivity hack. I would I would read quite a lot. Um, Sorry, productivity hack as in how do I stay productive?
Yes.
Uh, I would not procrastinate. This is something I have learned pretty late in my life, but I can advise to all of you watching this podcast. If you can do it, if you can do something today, just do it. Even if it is like preparing for exams. If you think there's 3 days left, do not wait for those 3 days. Just do it now. You will have a much stress free life than you can imagine. Yeah, so I think not procrastinating would be the most important learning.
Right. I think all of us procrastinate a lot. We're in
Too
like
much.
peaks of procrastination right now.
And then I think you have a book. I don't remember that book where you have like just 10 questions from. But just before the exam, you would refer to that book, which has like just 10, 15 questions, and you would go.
Yes. The
Uh,
question bank.
Question
yeah,
back.
the
Yeah.
question bank, right? The question bank. Yeah, don't believe in question banks.
Right. So this is like the last question. One piece of advice for your younger self, what would that be?
I wish I could have more networks in my college, and I wish I can tell my younger self to get some more grades so that I can get a scholarship. I don't know even if
Right.
I do that, my younger self will listen. But yes, if all of you are listening and if you can get just slightly higher grades, then maybe you can land up to a scholarship, which is even if it's like a 20% off, it's huge on your education. So yeah, you can always do that.
Right. That was nice.
Yeah.
So I think we should be wrapping up like, in 5 minutes, the meeting is going to end. So before we could do that, do you have any questions for us?
Um, I don't have any questions at this moment, but I would reach out to all of you that if you need any help, any sort of maybe career advice, if you are stuck, if you don't know whether you should be pursuing your MTech, MBA, or you should be landing up to a job, if you're not sure on which field that you want to work with, like do you want to continue doing your engineering work, or maybe if you want to switch your profession, you can always reach out to me on LinkedIn, but always reach out for help, and don't be stuck. That would just be my giveaway.
Right. It was really nice having you on board with us today.
Yeah,
We enjoyed talking to you.
that's
Thank
great.
you.
I had a good time as well. Hope all the best. Wish you all the best for your career and your fourth semester as well. Last semester, sorry, fourth year.
Yes, I'm in my fourth year. Shantika is in her third year.
Yeah, all right. So wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. See you soon. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye bye. Thank you.